ICP usage. What that mean? I think it's telling me to give this up. Let's do some testing. Testing.
There's some fetish. So Megan the power.
Settings. TikTok. Yes, sir. Woo. It's about that time. As you can see, I'm riding in that motherfucking Lambo. Low to the ground, baby. Going at the speed of light to make it to the show. Now, in this episode, we intend to do things that you've never seen. We intend to go places that you've never heard. We intend to take it to the top. Let's get it. Let's get this money, man. I got an excellent show planned for you tonight. I got an excellent show planned for you tonight. If you rocking with me, 7/10, July 10th. on this great episode 7 of Can't Pause Life. You're about to get your money's worth. Because as you can see, we loaded up and ready, baby. We taking it to these boys. Now, if you're on my TikTok stream, I apologize because I couldn't change the title before I started. I don't know what happened. Logistics. But as some of you may or may not know, my name is S. Blanco. This is Blanco Gaming Live, and this is my show, Can't Pause Life, where I talk to you about stories about my life. What the hell got in this loud? What the hell? I feel like I'm yelling. This is Can't Pause Life, where I talk to you about, I give you personal stories about my life, and I intertwine that while doing some gaming. This is episode 7. We have a series going. I hope to complete one season of this. Every Thursday at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna be on telling one story that you've never heard, brand new. So I have a story planned for y'all. But as you may see, we are not on NBA 2K. If you came here for NBA 2K, you might as well leave. I'm gonna be honest with you. We playing college football for the first time, and no, we ain't no scrubs. We getting online with it. Give me a sec. I'm gonna change my position on my camera real fast. I think that'll be better when the stream starts. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming out. Today we have a great show. Throughout my life, I've had some terrible jobs. Tonight I'm gonna tell you about my first job ever, or should I say my first day at my first job ever. All while playing some college football online for the first time. As you can see, it says play game 1, meaning I've never played. I don't even own this game technically. I'm playing the trial. I will purchase once my trial is complete, but I'm just one of those dudes that, I'm gonna get my money's worth first. So I am paying for the Xbox membership, and then I'll buy it. It's just, why not? So I want to tell you about my very first day at my first job. This is the very first day that I joined the workforce. I am, just to kind of paint the picture, I am skinny. I'm about $150. Age 17 years old. I got a ponytail and braids most of the time. I still have the same skin complexion, so dark skinned. I'm giving you details so you can understand exactly what's going on in this story and what led me to have this horrific first day that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. So we're poor, right? We are poor. We live in the hood. Meaning, and by me, we live in the hood. I'm talking about me and my family. So we're broke. We live in the hood, and my mom is one of those classic black moms. I got this little saying that you're gonna get a job and you're not gonna be sitting around doing nothing. Like it's just it's her favorite thing to say. So that kept happening. And after a while of hearing it, just continuous, you need to get a job, you need to be doing something, you sitting down, da-da-da-da-da. Like, she would never let me travel too far to go hang out with my friends. But she would critique me for being in the house for too long, which I thought was like a scam in itself. But, whatever. Give me a second. What we got? So, long story short, I'm getting threatened into getting this job. So at 17, I began my job search. I'll be honest, my job search really started earlier than that, probably around age 15. My mom was trying to put me to work and find jobs, but I just don't think that was legal, so it didn't happen. But she was trying. It wasn't for lack of effort. She really wanted me to get that job. So, that was the thing that was going on. What? So I set out for jobs. I applied to all of your classics, your Mickey D's, your Burger Kings, your Denny's. I applied and everybody said no. I don't know why, but everybody said no. So, one day after looking at my job search, Second. Give me a second. Third down, baby. Can we get a stop? He's wide. Oh, he's stupid. Give me that. So one day after my job search, just looking for jobs and continuously putting in applications, and I was walking to every place that was around, and I would take the bus and go to all these different jobs looking for jobs, and I could never find a job. So I eventually just start, doing what other high schoolers do and just talking amongst my friends to see if they had anything. One of my friends actually did have a job. He worked at, and for this story's purpose, we're not gonna, we're not gonna use real names. Let's just call them Austin's Market. So, he tells me about Austin's Market, and he's like, "Yo, Austin's Market is a good job. Well, actually, I think he said it's not the best, but it's a job." And he was like, "You get paid, and you only work this amount of hours because of our age, and da 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 da." So off top, it sounded all right with me. Like, as I'm listening to it, it sounded like something I can get into. Low hours. Any pay at this time, I think the pay was like, I can't even tell you. I really don't remember. Maybe $8 or some shit. Like, I remember it was low back then. Like, I did not get that first. That's disappointing. Definitely going for it, folks. We're definitely going for it. But yeah, no, I have this conversation with my friend, and I'm like, "Yo, man, I need a job. I need something to do." And he like, "Yeah, I got to work at this job, Austin Market. I know the manager, and I can get you a job because we always looking for people. We need somebody to, serve the food." I'm like, "All right, bet." Now, mind you, I've never been to Austin Market. I've never ate the food there. I know I've never been inside the store, but I just need a job. I don't care where the job come from. I need the job. So that's what happens. I go get that. I wait for my friend to call the manager, or put the word in that I want a job. He brings me back an application. That's how solid he was as a friend. He even brought me back the application from like in high school, and I remember filling it out at the lunch table. I filled it out. I took it back to the manager, and I met with her that same day. We had a brief meeting when I was handing her the application, and just to kind of paint the story of who I'm talking about. So when I walked into Austin's Market, there was this white manager. She's white woman, kind of on the chunky side, but she isn't. I guess she isn't the worst. Oh, that boy Wyatt. Give me a second. But yeah, for story purposes, we'll call her Rebecca. I would say if you want to just describe Rebecca, she's 36 years old. She's 5'10". She's on a bigger side. White woman, looks like a Karen and a bozo. That's how I would describe her. Like I said, I'm 16. I'm skinny, laid back at this time, just chilling out really. Fucking up that. Give me a second. I'm fucking up. He dropped it. My details at this time. I'm 16 or 17. I'm skinny, laid back, very sarcastic. The realest around this time because of my harsh critiques of others. And then also I'm white, of course. So I got everything going for me. Wait a second. Can I get this off? Let's go. This game is glitched. This game is glitched. Look at this. How is this happening? Is it better that I take it to the top? Y'all let me know in the comment section. But I walk into the store. I meet Rebecca. I say, "Hey, Rebecca, my name is Blanco Gaming Live. I'm, Trey, my friend, he may have told you about me." And she was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about you. You got your application." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got my application. Here's my application." Boom. Get an app. I go. My mom takes me home. I don't hear from her until like maybe, let's say, 5 days go by. I get a phone call. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. Yo, what up, baby? This is Blanco Gaming Live. "Hey, it's Rebecca, and I was just calling you to let you know that we're gonna hire you. We think you'll be a great fit, and we want you to come up to the store so we can have a brief conversation." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there. Talk to y'all boys." I'll get the phone. So I'm excited. She just told me to come down to the store, like come right now. And I'm big excited. I'm like, wow, I just got a job. Like, I'm about to start making some bread. I'm about to be able to talk my shit in class. Like, this is what's up. Like, I'm excited for this. Let's just say that. Very excited. I don't know what to entail because I've never had a job. Don't know what's like. I have no idea what I'm walking into. But I'm just excited to be able to get my mom off my goddamn back. Most important, like, if I could just tell you anything, I'm so happy to have gotten her off my back. Like, hearing her every week for like 5 years straight talk about when you gonna get you need a job. You can't be laying around doing this and that. And it's like, you won't let me go to my friend's house. You won't let me party. You won't let me hit the hood up. Nothing like that. And you over here critiquing me about being in the house. What else is there to do? I'm playing the game. Thank God I did that and let me here, right? Anyway, so I go to this. My mom takes me to Austin Market to go, clock in, or to go have that conversation. It was like a brief orientation. And, Rebecca's going over the details and she's like, yo, so we're hiring you on this day. And, this is the dress attire that you have to purchase. Fuck. And she's giving me the rundown. She's like, yeah, you gotta wear, you can't wear, I think it was like black khakis or some shit like that. Like, that was what we had to wear. So, it was like, yeah, you gotta wear black khakis and a blue button-down shirt, which I thought was interesting, but okay, whatever. And I remember her saying that and basically giving me a list of things. It was like almost like how you would describe if, like, oh shit, give me a second. I gotta get out this zone. But it was almost what you would describe, like, give me a second, y'all. Walking into Austin Market, describing the store, it was like a Chipotle. Like, it looked like a small Chipotle. But we pull up on my manager, or Rebecca, and she's giving me that rundown of the store, telling me when I'm gonna start, giving me a list of things to go purchase. And I go on my merry way and, go to Walmart and begin to purchase those items. Now, she gave me a hat, and that was all I had to identify myself as an Austin Market member. But, and mind you, it was one of the worst hats I've ever received ever. It was smushed. It looked used. It was halfway kind of dirty. But she was like, this is what I got. And I was like, all right, I got a job. So I took the dirty hat and, I went out and got the stuff. Now, this is where parts of the story get stupid. So, fast forward, it's my first day. My whole family is in the car because, everybody is so excited. So my mom is there, my sister is there, everybody is in this car, and everybody, the vibe of the car is just giddy. Like, everybody is excited. I think that we had Montel Jones on, like, this is how we do it. Like, my mom was really having a fucking party taking me to work. I'll never forget that. Like, it was just like, I remember the feeling of being like, wow, she really wanted me to get this job. But that's kind of the vibe of the car. It's excited. I'm reserved like always, and I'm just kind of to myself and more or less kind of like concerned about what I'm walking into, because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I never had a job. They didn't really give me much instructions on what I'm going to be doing. They just kind of said, we'll teach you everything, and that was kind of it. Get him. Let's go. 4th and 1, baby. 4th and 1. But we get there. Now, because I have a black mom and she's so excited to make sure I get to this job, we there like 40 minutes before my shift starts. The shift starts at like 6 o'clock, just to kind of paint the scene. It's dark. It's a Wednesday in October. So it's dark outside, and we sitting outside the store for 30 minutes. It's me, my mom, my sister. And like I said, they feeling themselves. They're like, this is how we, like, they having a party. They loving this shit. For them, it's really the best thing ever. Hit him! Oh, he held on to The time comes. It's now time for me to get out this car and go start my journey as a working man. I walk up to the door, open the door. I walk in. I'm looking at now when I walk in, there's an old man in front of me. And, you know, we both walking through the front door. Now, mind you, I don't know anything. This is my first day, first shift, first everything. So I walk into the store and, wait a second. Let me run this play. I walk into the store and the first thing I'm doing is looking for Rebecca. I'm looking for my manager. I'm looking for the person that I've been in contact with. I'm looking for the person that hired me. I'm looking for the person that literally, like, I'm looking for the motherfucker who I've been talking to this entire time. So I'm looking for her, and she's not there. And I'm like, and I'm walking in, and I got my little outfit on. I got my blue button down. I got my pants. I got my, you know, my non-slip shoes. All that nonsense, right? Oh, shit. Thank God it wasn't a pick. And I walk in there, and I'm behind this old man. He get in there. He start ordering this food. I'm behind him like I'm about to order food, and I'm like, nah. Like I remember they were like, he was in front of me, and they were like, what do you want, you know, old man? And he was like, oh, let me get that potato salad and then, you know, macaroni and cheese and yeah. So she, you know, he picking out his order, and I'm just sitting behind him. And I remember, you know, he in front of me. It's like a Chipotle. Like, imagine a Chipotle. So there's one dude in front of me. I'm behind him, and now that he's like at the tortilla part or the, you know, the salsa part, it's my turn. They coming up to me like, hey, what you need? And I'm like, oh, I don't need nothing. I'm here to do to work for y'all. I'm one of the employees. Now, right off top, they looked at me like I was insane. I hit. Oh, thank God I hit the wrong button. Yo, I did not mean to. All right, we're going back to code suggestions. Now, just to be honest with you, this is my first game ever. So please don't judge me too harshly. I do not own this game yet. Just to make that clear. This is a trial. I will purchase it after my trial, but I'm cheap like that. But everybody's looking at me like I'm insane. They like, yo, look, I'm like, yo, they like, what you doing? Like, what you need? What you want to eat? And I'm like, no, I'm not here for eating. I'm here for working. I'm like, you know, I'm a worker. And they're like, all right. So I just move down the line and about get to the cash register, and I get to the acting manager that I would find out later in the story. This dude, describe him. He looks like Frozo from Incredibles, but he's bald and he's black and skinny. I would describe him as, you know, like a wannabe ladies man, but more of a bozo in hindsight, like that type of vibe. So I get to the front desk, and I'm like, yo, my name is Blanco Gaming Live, and I'm here for my job. And he like, job? Yeah, I think you may be confused. We got everybody scheduled that's gonna be working tonight. And I'm looking now. I'm feeling kind of like, my feelings right now are not good. Like I'm not liking this. I'm already nervous. This is my first time here, and you talking about you don't like you must be confused. You don't work here. This is not good for my confidence. I'm not liking this. So, but I'm like, nah, I'm starting to stand on business. I'm like, no. You know, obviously, there's no way that I would buy the same exact outfit as y'all with these non-slip shoes, with this hat, and you don't think I work here. And he was like, well, who did you interview with? And I tell him, like, Rebecca. He like, Rebecca. All right, give me one moment. He steps off. He goes to the back. He's in the back talking to Rebecca, who I would later find out went on vacation for an entire week. And he like, yeah, I got this young black real, I'm Try to keep it clean. I got the realist in here. This is how I imagine the conversation going. Yo, I got the realist in here. He talking about he work here. What I'm gonna do? And I imagine her being like, "Give him a job. You know, I definitely hired him. He's the realist." So, after about 10 minutes of me standing there looking and awkwardly getting looked at by all the other coworkers, I looked like a psychopath for like 10 minutes. Everybody's looking at me like, look at this bozo. So, like, they thought I was just acting the role. Like I didn't have a job. I just made it up. You know, everybody loves working at Austin's Market so much that they just buy the clothes, you know, get replica hats and pretend they gonna start working a shift. Like, it was just like, for them to, looking back, I can't believe I even fought. I should have walked right out as soon as he said that, but I didn't. So he comes back after having the conversation and proving that I'm the realist. He said, yo, you know, I didn't know that she was gonna be doing this. I'm just the acting manager while she's on vacation. But, you know, my name is Mr. Frozo. And I'm the acting manager for about a week and a half. And let me take you around the store. So Frozo takes me around the store. And he's showing me all the stuff and he's showing me everything. And he like, yo, you know, here at Austin Market, we got a certain way we do things. You know, it's all about teamwork and helping your teammate out. And, you know, we work, we help each other. And he's giving me the whole rundown about how, you know, basically kind of trying to justify slavery. So. Oh, you don't throw that unless you know that. I messed up. That is so fucking unfortunate. Jesus. So. He like, yo, let me take you around. So he's taking me around the building. He's showing me the inside. He's showing me the outside. He's giving me all the run. He like, yeah, this the dumpster, and this the front here where the customers eat. There's no customers at this time. It's dark as hell. It's like that one old dude who's in front of me, and then the rest of the staff. That's what it looks like. Like imagine a dead Chipotle with one old man in the, you know, sitting down in the back. And then you got a bunch of coworkers, a bunch of dudes up there. So, and it wasn't a bunch of dudes. It was a bunch of girls working the front and a bunch of dudes in the back. So, they take me around. They introduce me to everybody. Like I said, I'm already starting off not great. People think I'm a psycho. They think I just kind of made this up about, give me that, you crazy? They think I made it up about this whole job. So I feel like the vibe of me and my coworkers to start was not great. Now, I want to include one integral part of the story that I didn't mention before. My mom has not left. If you think my mom has left, you are sadly mistaken. This is my first shift. She is more than excited, and she is still outside. And I'm presumably in my mind, I don't know what's happening. I can still see her car. I'm just imagining that she got "This Is How We Do It," and she's just playing that shit on repeat and just having the best time of her life knowing that I'm in this hellhole. Anyway, so that's just another thing that, you know, just to kind of like paint the picture of what I'm experiencing in real time. So after we get back of doing our tour around the store, he takes me right back to the front counter. And he's like, yo, you know, for your first task, I think I'm going to have you start sweeping this area rug right here in front of the, you know, in front of where the food is. So I begin to start sweeping. Get him. So I'm sweeping. And I'm thinking I'm doing a decent job. Now, mind you, I've never worked a job and I've never been professionally taught on how to sweep. My mom just said, you know, clean that shit up. And then I just kind of, you know, brushed and kind of got it together. So in all actuality, if I'm just giving you the fair and real statistics, I am not a professional groomsman. But I didn't, you know, I was getting the dirt up. Like, it wasn't like I was just on some Stevie Wonder shit. But okay, you know, he's talking to me. So I'm sweeping. Yo, he crazy. He trying to play me like I'm a... Anyway, so he hands me the broom. And he's like, hey, I want you to sweep this area rug. So I'm sweeping. Mr. Frozo is still standing there. And he's like this. And he like, that's not how you sweep. And he laughed a little bit like, oh, youngster, that's not how you sweep. If you want to know how to sweep, let me show you how to sweep. So he get a broom. The connection to your peer has been lost. He quit. So he get a broom. And he's showing me the proper way to sweep. He like, yeah, you take a broom and you sweep it up. And you make sure that you get your brush strokes and da 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 da. He telling me the proper way to sweep. Now, mind you, I'm gonna just paint the picture of how I'm feeling. I'm not liking this. This little demonstration that he's doing is really doing something to my 17-year-old ego, because I just said I got all these girls watching me who already think I'm a psycho because they thought I just was faking for the job. I got my mom and my sister still outside having a party, still celebrating, and it looks like the visual is basically like, here I go. Man, you don't know what you do. Give me that. Let me show you how it's done. That's how you sweep. You give it the extension. So I don't like how I feel. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like how I feel at all. I'm feeling quite embarrassed. I don't like this feeling. I don't like how it feels like I'm being made fun of in front of my family and these new girls. Because some of these new girls looking all right. So my pride kicked in, and that's when the story kind of takes off a little bit. So my pride kicked in. Immediately. I was like, I'll take that back. And I didn't snatch it, but I smoothly took it away. I was like, I said it like that. I was like, oh, I see you, pimp. I see you, player. I see how you coming. And you said like, you want to sweep it like that, right? Like I see how you doing it. I see how you doing it, pimp. So I take the broom back. Now, mind you, like I just said, I'm 17. I'm sarcastic. I got a lot to say, and you embarrassing me. So I play around a little bit. So I start sweeping. And I'm sweeping mad dramatic, so I'm sweeping hard as hell. I'm sweeping like I'm trying to fucking take the rug up. I'm sweeping like imagine if if it was a bunch of, insects coming at you. I'm sweeping like that. I'm just like I'm just putting, just because for one, I'm mad. That's happening. On top of being mad, you done pissed me off. Because that was uncalled for. You didn't have to embarrass me like that. You could have came over and said, hey. Like, to me, I think it was just the arrogance and way in which he grabbed the broom. It wasn't like, oh man, like, here, let me show you a different way to sweep that we able to do. Like, he didn't come at it from an approach of, let me teach you. He came at it like, we hired another bozo off the streets, huh? Let me show you how it's done, youngster. You give it some of that. So, I was immediately feeling some type of way. So like I said, I'm sweeping mad dramatic. I can tell he's starting to get mad. He's looking at me real crazy in the face. And he like, yo, man, that's not how you do it. That you doing too much. That's not how you sweep. And he was like, no, that is still wrong. I remember he yelled, he raised his voice like that. Like he was like Farouk of WWE. Like, that's still wrong. And I remember I was like, all right, cool. I remember I looked up at him and I gave him this death stare. I don't know if I can replicate it, but it was just something like, I got it. And at the time, I probably looked way crazier than I look now. Like now, I'm iced up for the camera. But back then, I was a little bit more dark skinned. Had dirty braids. Like I looked crazy. So I was ready to, like, I looked the part. So when I gave him that look, he looked at me like, all right, we hired a slow menace with anger issues, and he can't sweep. We gotta get him out of here. So from that point on, it was war. We from that one experience, he did not like me yelling at him, which I found out later in the story. Apparently, me saying I got it was a sign of disobedience, and I also received a verbal warning based off of that. Like, he was a coward. He didn't do it. He waited until my manager got back a week later, but also and wrote me up for it. So that's just kind of how that, like I said. Anyway, so from that point, from that broom incident, I finished the shift. The rest of the shift is kind of tame. He just has me like mopping and just cleaning all types of shit. That's how the rest of that night goes. So I clean for all of these hours. My mom takes off about 2 hours in, and then, you know, she comes back at damn near 2 hours after, because it was like a 4-hour shift. And then basically, I got picked up, and I went right back to I went back home. Now, I knew from that shift, that this job was not gonna be for me, because I'm cool with cleaning, but I'm not cool with slaving. And this job was all about slaving. Like, it was really, when they said we a team, they meant that shit. They meant like, if Susie's out, you do dishes. If Steven's not here, you gonna cook the chickens. Like, you damn near had to learn all the positions in the store while not getting really compensated for it. Like, you're paid as a dishwasher, but they want you to learn all of the trades of the store just to fill in for other workers. So from that one interaction, I think my hours are cut. I was scheduled originally, when I first got my first schedule, about 20 hours. When I came back for my second shift, which was like 2 days later, he had given me a new schedule, and I was down to 10 hours. So he immediately cut my shift. And I really didn't have a problem with it, because I said, like, I don't really care about this job. I'm just doing it to, like, kind of get some money in my pocket. So, like, whether me working less hours at a job I hate, for me personally, A-okay. My mom may not like it, but A-okay with me. To me, this is just like kill some time shit. They got me scheduled for 10 hours a week. Fuck it, let's do it. So from that point, though, it's war. I can sense it in the blood. Everybody, I got the girls in the front think I'm a psycho. And my manager for that week, on the second day, has already handed me a form saying, hey, we cut your hours. So, for the next 10 hours of that week, I cleaned Austin Market like a motherfucker. So I cleaned the shit out the store. So finally, after a week go by, my manager comes back. Rebecca, the chick I was telling you about this whole time, the one that hired me, she's finally goddamn back. And I'm just like, yo, let's fucking go. Because my life has been hell under Mr. Frozo. He's cut my hours. He has me cleaning, and he's trying to make me do all of these terrible positions. Like, I'm just thinking like, yo, after this week, everything will be normal, because my regular manager who hired me, who met me, who knows I'm a friend of a friend, like, she's going to give me the right opportunity. And so I thought. That's not what happened at all. After she came back from vacation and I had my first shift with her, she immediately, like I said, wrote me up. She was like, hey, so I heard you got into a thing with Mr. Frozo, and, Mr. Frozo was just filling in for me, and he's a great guy, and da-da-da-da-da, and, I love him, and he's, we both suckers, and she going on, and she like, yeah, so I'm gonna have to give you a verbal warning, and, after 3, you could face termination. So mind you, after like 4 days of working here, my hours have been cut. And I also have been basically told that I'm pushing my luck. You keep going the way you're going, you're getting fired. And all I've done so far is clean the shit out this place. Mind you, the other 2 days, no problem. I didn't say a word. He told me to clean everything. I didn't say a word. I was there early every day, cleaned everything spotless. If it wasn't it, I triple cleaned everything, because I wanted my work to speak for itself. I didn't want a broom incident to, be my interpretation of what he took away from me. What's happening? Can we play? So I didn't want that to be what he thought of me, and I thought like if I work my ass off these next two days or 10, I guess, shit, 4 hours, I should be able to gain his trust or something, or at least maybe form a different outlook. Maybe they just won't think I'm stupid. So, but that's not what happened. As soon as he came back, I said, as soon as my manager came back, she wrote me up. She gave me the rundown. She basically said, hey, you know, we thought about putting you up front, but, you know, for now, we're going to have you doing dishes. Mind you, all I've done so far is tell a bozo that I know how to sweep. And then clean the shit out of a store. So, I've gotten written up. I'm now reduced to dishes. And it is what it is. As for doing dishes, I didn't necessarily hate it. At some points, I actually kind of found it to be therapeutic. I will say I didn't want to do dishes. Like, wasn't something I was looking for at all. But that is some garbage that he failed. I don't like that at all. I might have to do another stream and then turn the duel off. But we'll see how it goes. Let's go, baby. If it's one person I want with the ball, it's 5, baby. Lose my train of thought. But yeah, no. She's officially put me on her shit list. And now every week it's just clean this, do this. And I'm just getting, you know, used to my position as a 10-hour dishwasher. So I don't say nothing to people. I just come to work, bring my headphones, go into the back, handle my business, and I don't even say much to people. I'm really to myself. It's like one black girl that I kind of have a cool relationship with. She's really cool. I remember every time I would be cleaning something. I remember every time I would be cleaning the dishes, she would come and like kick me in the middle of my leg, and I would fall, almost hit every time. I remember one time I hit the ground, I was like, oh, and I was damn near tasting soap, and she was crying. I don't know why she did that. Maybe it was a crush thing. But looking back, I don't know why I allowed it. It was definitely some abuse going on there, but you know, whatever. So yeah, that happened. At least he got the ball out. So I'm getting to know my coworkers. I finally had my first shift with my friend. You know, the shift was cool. Like I said, that job is one of those jobs where you're going to, whoever calls off, that's the job you're doing for the day. Unless you do your regular job, which is for me doing the dishes. So, I mainly stayed on dishes, but there were some shifts where, you know, I was working in the front and all of these other things. I remember the first time I worked in the front, they wanted me off the line immediately. Now, mind you, my first time being in the front, they gave me a quick rundown of how they want things to go. Now, mind you, the front is like being in the front of Chipotle, meaning you're the guy getting the food and serving it to the joint and giving it to the people. Ooh, that nigga was open. That ball isn't gone? That's crazy. I'm losing my train of thought here. Give me a second. It's running. Mouth, touch, come on. Ah! So I'm learning my role as a dishwasher, but like I said, I'm transferring from job to job as needed. So I'm some days, you know, in the front, some days in the back. Being in the front, I remember like some brief experiences, and they were always like terrible. Being in the front was like hell for me. I remember they were showing me how to do the scoop sizes and shit, and I did it for like the first customer who came in, and you know, he showed me a portion size, but I personally was just like, oh, that's a cool portion size, but I'm gonna give him a little more because, you know, that's the customer. You know, I've always been a man of the people of nothing more or nothing less. So when I'm giving my scoops, I'm not giving one of those little gently joints. I'm giving one of those black family reunion, try my mac and cheese joints. So I'm just like, boom, with the spatula. I'm coming down, I'm serving my people up. After like the fourth person, they're like, yeah, you're way too much portions. Way too much portions. Can you just go to the back? That's way too much portions. And I got my customers defending me. They like, nah, that's not enough portions. It's like, don't do that to him. I remember they said this in front of the customers, by the way. Like, this is all happening in the front. And he was like, yo, man, what are you doing? That's too much, da 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 da. And the customer was like, nah, that's not enough. And he had to laugh it off, but he was mad as hell. Man. He being the assistant manager, which was a dude. So there was a bunch of bozos running around in the story that I may be skipping around and it may sound jumpy, but that's because, it was so traumatic working there that, telling you about it is enough. But yeah, no, the shift was, he's on me about my portion sizes. He does not like how much food I'm giving away. Me personally, I think it's okay. He don't like it. So I get sent to the back. I'm doing dishes like I always do. But from that point forward, and mind you, I'm like maybe 3 weeks in. From that point forward, my hours were like 7 hours a week, 6 hours a week. Like they kept cutting my shit down. And the reason they kept cutting my hours down is because at stores like that, they don't want to fire you because they don't want to pay you unemployment. So what they'll do is they'll just keep putting your hours to like the lowest they can, like the lowest amount they can legally, and then they'll just kind of bleed you out and see if you quit. So, and they didn't realize that that tactic may work on somebody who care about having a job, but for me it was perfect. It was like cutting my hours down to 5 is perfect. I can tell my mom I got a job, but then I can also be like, who cares? I was only working 5 hours. But the more I worked there, the more horrible it became. Like every day was worse than the last. I can honestly say that every day was worse than the last. I feel like, I remember one time my apron was dirty and I got written up for that. But mind you, no one ever said hey, we don't wash the aprons, nothing like that. They didn't give me a rundown on the etiquette of what it was like to be up front. And for one, and for two, that wasn't even my position. They just kept putting me up there. But I remember getting written up for having a dirty apron. They were trying to get me out of there from me talking to that Mr. Frozo fool. They was trying to get me out from that point forward. So after realizing that this job is no longer for me, after about maybe a month in, I start looking for another job. Thank God I do find another job, and that job is Home Depot. So I find my job, and find my job is, I ain't gonna hold you, find my job is I had a conversation with somebody via email and they said they was interested in me. That's what I told my mom. I'm like, I got a new job coming up at Home Depot. And I immediately put my 2 weeks in. Matter of fact, I don't even think I put my 2 weeks in. No, I'm lying. I did not put my 2 weeks in. So as soon as Home Depot told me that I had the job, I immediately left. So this was just to kind of paint the story, I think I stayed there for about, let's say, 3 months, just because of the hours were so low. It was 5 hours. So I was I may have stayed there for maybe even 4 or 5 months, just because again it's so blurry. I only worked so low. I remember the one time my mom was like, well, you're gonna have to start looking for something else because this ain't worth the gas. And I was like, yeah, you damn right it's not worth the gas. So anyway, but I was like, you want me to get a job? I got a job. I was a terrible server. I was a decent wash man, just if you want to know, if you were interested to know how my skills were. I can honestly say that, and just to kind of put some dirt on their name, I was a great washer, and I didn't realize I was a great washer until I watched how other dishwashers were washing the dishes. So I remember one day I got there really early because after a point my mom started having me taking the bus there by myself. So one day I got there extremely early because the bus ran. Ooh, what is this? Hit him! Oh, I'm trying to make him fumble. Give me a second, y'all. I'm dying. I don't even know if I can just left off at. But yeah, I got Home Depot. And Home Depot is saying like, yo, we can hire you. I'm working there for like 5 months. And Home Depot is telling me that they can hire me in the next try to get that pick. They can hire me in the next two weeks. Perfect. Now I already have it in my mind that I'm not telling this job nothing. I'm not about to let them know that I'm quitting. I'm just gonna quit on the day of, and I'm gonna do that because of how y'all treated me throughout my time here. I'm a decent person. Like anybody who knows me knows that like you're on the winning side of the relationship by knowing me. I'm a very genuine person. I tell her how it is and I speak from my heart. So for me, getting treated bad, I always feel a bit like more slighted than maybe most, and that's because I know. Ooh, I left that boy wide open. I know how I treat people, and I don't treat people in a poor way. So whenever I'm treated poorly, if I can do you bad or get some payback on that front end, I'm definitely gonna take it. So I remember, my new job telling me after being at 5 months in this hellhole, I remember my new job telling me like, yo, baby, come work for us in 2 weeks. I'm like, word. So I'm right. So mind you, my hours are like drastically cut. I think they're floating between 3 and 5. That's how my hours are within 5 months of working. And mind you, every day I'm just going there, cleaning shit, putting headphones on, and not saying a word. Like, I'm literally not saying anything to anyone because it's just like, I already felt weird. Y'all didn't accept me. Y'all looked at me crazy. Like, who for one? It was just, I wish I could. The store is so trash. Like, even if you compared it to Chipotle, who the fuck is dressing up like Chipotle members and then coming there like, yo, I'm here to work? Who doing that? No one's doing that. And if they do that, give them a goddamn job. Anyway. So the day comes. 2 weeks come. I walk up to my manager. She's in her office, and I'm like, yo, today gonna be my last day. And she like, oh, today gonna be your last day. Oh, what happened? Why do you want to leave? And I'm just looking at her like, huh? I'm genuinely confused. I was just so confused by what she was why she didn't understand why I would want to leave after being like written up, having a terrible first interaction. I feel like she went out her way to be a mortal enemy of me, and then was like, "What's the problem? Like, why are you doing this?" And that part of the story was just so crazy to me. Like, I always think back on moments like that, like, wow, the audacity of white people is insane. Anywho, so she goes through her white woman shot, like, oh my god, I can't believe this, you leaving, oh my god. And I remember she asked me, she was like, hey, can you like finish out your schedule? And I was like, no. God, no. And I remember she got real sad and was like, all right. Excuse me. She got real sad and just said, all right. Oh no. Oh no. I threw it to the wrong person, y'all. My apologies. It doesn't matter, actually. I should have threw it up to X. That's what I wanted to throw it up to. Come on, man. In this cutscene. But yeah, I tell her I'm leaving. That shift was one of the best shifts ever. I want to go back to the dishes story. So I knew I was a good dishwasher because I watched other dishwashers before me do dishes. And how they do dishes is not the way that anybody should ever do dishes. So this is how I was doing dishes. You got your plate. You got your sponge. You scrub until you get the whatever the food, the residue, whatever that is off. And then you spray it with the hot, oh no. Then you spray it with the hot. I'm giving this man every way to come back. But that's not what they were doing. They were taking the plates and being like this. Like, they would just have a bunch of hot ass water with a bunch of chemicals in there, and they'd just take the plate and dip it in there and then sit it down like it was clean. From that moment on, I never, ever, ever wanted to ever eat at anybody's restaurant with their plate. I was like, oh, like that unlocked a new fear in me that I didn't know existed. I'm like, y'all boys just putting some hot water and chemicals and dipping the plate? It's still a chicken bone on that motherfucker. Like, oh, that's me, baby. That's me, baby. For the house. This is for my boys in Texas. Ah! So, I leave. I end my shift. I'm done. I don't work there no more. In my heart, I'm happy. I feel good, man. I feel good about leaving this place. I'm excited for my new job, and I was really excited to do them terrible because I knew they needed me, and I left on like a holiday. Like, I was so excited to get my little get back because I couldn't stand them. Like, I felt like y'all was mean to me for no reason. So, wrapping this conversation up, do I have any regrets about how I handled that situation? As a 31-year-old man, I'm gonna say hell nah. I think as an adult, because Mr. Frozo was like 32, like I said, Frozo should have been a better teacher. I remember when I was sweeping, before he came to me and said, and took the broom from me, which was kind of rude, but before he came over and said that, I remember looking over in my corner and hearing him and the girls in the front counter laughing at me because of how I was sweeping, which I guess I'm just a terrible sweeper. I don't know if 7 people, I've never watched anybody sweep and say, I don't care, like, cleaning was never that important. So when I was looking over my shoulder and I got a whole crowd of people like laughing at me for the way that I sweep, I was just like, oh my God, I might be the worst like sweeper ever. Like, again, no one's ever like officially taught me. I just, again, was just out here just doing what I was doing. So maybe they were right, but to me, if you ask me if I have any regrets, I'm sorry, regret. No, I don't have no goddamn regrets. As a grown ass man, how you gonna talk to a 17-year-old child, man like that? Young adult, I'm sorry. Like, he should have came off more professional, and that would have allowed the environment for me to do that. But no, he wanted to play me, and I felt like that. I felt like he was using his power to be able to try to, appear superior to me. Like, I really felt like that, and I'm not being exaggerative when I say that. I really felt like he went out of his way. Like, you laughing with the girls is not a way a manager should, I believe, handle a situation. That's my opinion. But that's not how he chose to handle the situation. He chose to laugh at me and then come over, take the broom from me, and then talk to me and be like, yeah, you gotta flip like this. So he went out of his way to try to embarrass me. And if you ask me if I regret responding, hell no. Better watch your goddamn mouth. I'm not gonna let no bald-headed bozo, frozo looking motherfucker ever talk to me like that. So that was always supposed to happen. Overall message that I want people to take away from this story: don't laugh at people. Teach them. Instead of pulling your phone out and laughing at something, if you know a better way, teach them and then laugh. I'm not saying don't get your laughs off. That's the problem. Y'all just don't know when to laugh. Come on. Let's go! I'll pop you pump like I pop my collar. Yeah, so that's the story. That's my overall message. If you know a better way, teach somebody the better way, and then laugh at them and humiliate them in front of all their peers. Just because that obviously makes your ego feel better. Do that, obviously, of course. Can't leave that part out. So do your dirt, but teach someone. Don't be a person who laughs, pulls out their phone, and keeps it moving. I'm all for you, having a ha-ha, but help me. Like, don't you a bum and then just walk off. Like, nah, like, help me stop being a bum. Like, you obviously don't like what you see. But yeah, so that's the end of my spiel. Hope you enjoyed it. See if I can lock in. Let's get it, baby. No. He caught me looking at my phone. That's all it was. I promise you. He caught me looking at my phone, y'all. I promise you. If you want to know how my time was at Home Depot, it was actually quite lovely. I enjoyed it. One of my better jobs. I started off as a lot worker, meaning that I got carts. And I remember that job was cake, man. I used to just be out there bullshitting, talking to customers and shit. I remember this one dude came up to me. He was like, yo, what you want to do with your life? I'm like, I want to make $1 million. Like, you want to make $1 million? You ain't gonna make no million doing this. I'm looking at him like, are you dumb? My mom told me I gotta work this job. You think I'm here because this is fun? Like that shit was so. I never forget him saying that. I was just like, that was the worst advice anybody could have ever gave. Like, why are you? I was like, yo, from this point forward, I'm never listening to like some random dude's advice. They don't be knowing nothing. Oh. I need somebody to do something. I need somebody to do something, baby. I love this boy. Somebody gotta do something. I appreciate that. Somebody has to do something. That's where I'm at with it. We threw a pick. We're putting the game at risk. We're putting the game at fucking risk. I apologize to my fans and my supporters. I'm letting you down. I'm letting Texas down. He's known to throw it deep. I tell you that. That nigga's gonna throw it deep. We need more of a cover 2 look. That's what I'm feeling. I'm trying to play this game from like coaching suggestions only, so I know what works and don't work. So please don't like look at me like I'm a scrub. I'm just trying this game out for the first time. This is my second game ever. I wanted to try it live on stream to fit the theme of, you know, my first time working at a job. Oh, should have been a fucking pick! My first time working at a job, my first time playing this game. Like I said, I do not own it. I have not invested more than 10 hours into it. So if I look garbage, that's because I am. Don't hate the player, hate the game. We got to get something about. All right, we playing man. I'm feeling man on these boys. Do some man. When we ride on that enemy. Wow. Word. That's how it's happening? That's how it happened. I'm asking, I'm like, that's how it's gonna happen, and that's how exactly it happened. He just floated in there. I'm letting everybody down, but it's alright. I'm so ready to come back. I can feel it on my chest. I'll never forget the one day at Home Depot. I was I was helping this dude pick up some. See, man, this is what I hate about this culture. I can't even say the pause in ahead. I'm gonna pause ahead. Pause. I'm gonna say I'm putting pause out there. I was helping him pick up a large plank of wood. He picked a piece of wood up. Now, mind you, this board is like from, you know, it's like the size of a roof. Like it's one of them big ass boards. Like it's like a plank type joint. Like, I see you. Why are you jumping? Stop jumping! It was one of them big, huge planks. Like he was damn near like a yard down, and we both picked our ends up. I'm probably exaggerating with the yard. I don't know what how the dimensions were, but let's say he was, you know, he was far enough to where you would shoot a basketball from the free throw line. So we picking up this big ass piece of wood so we can throw it away and put it in the goddamn the, you know, where the fucking wood belongs to be. I don't know that shit called. If you ever been to Home Depot, they got a wood section where they just got like some metal bars and a bunch of wood, and that's what we were picking up. So we picked it up, and I had my side on my shoulder. Homeboy had his in his hands, and we went 1, 2, and on 3, on 2, my other dude threw his side. The problem with that was I had it on my shoulder, and my hands were underneath it. Yo, my fingers were pitch black. Oh my. My fingers were crushed. I remember I had to just play that off and be like, no, I'm cool, I'm cool. Ah! No, I'm cool, I'm cool. I'm cool. And I don't know why I played it off. I should have taken that time and filed I should have had a lawsuit. But, you know, I'm just young, dumb, and trying to just not make a big deal or nothing. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. I get it. It's a mistake. Shit happens. So, whatever. I chalked that one up to the game. Let's see if we can make a comeback, man. I'm letting everybody down. That's this a fucking greed. Wow. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I appreciate everyone who's ever given me some time out of their day. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Thank you for anyone who's ever going to tune in. Can't Pause Life is a daily episode grind. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Yeah, every Thursday at 7. Expect me to be on. I'm thinking about incorporating Saturday. I just don't got a time, but expect me to be on some. If you see me on Saturdays, make sure to join the live stream. Appreciate all the support. Pick. Ah. Running from these punk police. Dog! Oh! I held down wide! Oh! I held down wide! This moment mean everything to him. Lay it down. They giving him force yards. You running the clock out? That's what we doing? Oh, I didn't think he was gonna do that. I hate playing online. These niggas be real life bozos. I mean, it's smart, but we don't do that where I'm from. You score. But I understand the style. I do understand it. That I do understand. Yeah, we gonna strangle him. Going for it, baby. Wait, what y'all think he gonna do? You think he gonna go for a field goal, chat? What's he doing? He's not going for a field goal, chat. He is not going for a field goal. I had that interception. That was supposed to be a pick six. Oh, dog. I had. My God. That's disheartening. There you go. There you go. Hold that ball. Oh, we don't have much time. I need somebody to do something. Yeah, let's go! I ain't gonna know. 51 yards. That's a. Is there anything? I don't like the field goal. Hey. Like. He about to freeze me. Not gonna freeze me? I missed it. You going to OT? You going to OT? We're going to OT. That kicker was terrible. I don't know why I thought I could do anything with that. I don't know why I thought I had a chance. Please don't judge me. This is my second game. Prevent defense style, baby. Prevent defense. Prevent defense. So everybody out there. I'm gonna play Williams. That's me. They wanted this game to go to OT bad, and we're gonna do it. Oh, here we are. OT, as they wanted. I don't know what college overtime entails. My shorty, she in the club, she dance for dollars. Got a thing for that Gucci, that Fendi, that Prada. Let's go. Get it, baby. Can we get a stop? We're going to overtime. You know the cojones on that man to get the ball first, take it and score. Come on, talk to me. Have some respect when you talk to me too, please. Can we not get burnt? That's all I want, is for us to not get burnt. That's all I'm asking for. Be honest with you. That's me. Let's go! Texas! Woo! Yeah! Run it again! Yeah, please. Please, not in this planet. No. Give me a second. They was about to fuck me. I don't like that. One time. All right. Back against the wall. Play the game. What am I gonna pick? The same fucking play. Damn right. No, bring it up. Bring it up. That's a money play. I guarantee you it's a money play. Oh, he's money playing me. See, I don't even know the money plays. I'm getting money played. Oh, he just ran that play back to back. I know what that means. That is a money play. Oh. Oh my God. See what happened. Let's go. Did I just win? Oh my God! Oh my fucking God! I can't believe I just won like that! Oh my fucking God. I can't believe I just won like that. Oh my God. I cannot believe I just won like that. No, look at this. Dog. He hurried up and did a hurry up offense. I thought he was going for the field goal to tie the game. So I hurry up and press X. So I'm in a full out blitz position. There's nothing I can do. I did press X to audible to try to see if I could spread the line, but once you're in this formation, you're kind of fucked. And here we go. This right here. Boom. That right there cost him the game. That right there. This little hesitation cost him the game. That is how close it was. This move, if he, let me just rewind, that's how close this game was. If he gets the ball, boom, and lets that bitch go to right here, number 4. Let me go to him. If he goes to 4, game over. Look at the rest of the line. He goes to 6, game over. He goes to 10, game over. And he most likely, if he goes to 1, maybe 0 can get into play. So at the least, he has about 3 people wide open for the game if he picks the correct fucking play. But he doesn't. He picks an option route. You know what happens on the option route? You gotta give the goddamn ball to somebody. Let him touch it. You gotta let him hesitate. Let him think about, maybe nah. And that's what happened. Pulled that baby back. Ass on the ground. What a game. Whew. That. I wasn't even paying attention. I was getting a sip of my drink. Wow. What more do you want? That was a hell of a game. I'm not going to be able to provide a better game than that. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I will be back next Thursday, as I always do, at 7 p.m. You can find me streaming live every Thursday on TikTok. No, not Facebook yet. I'm getting close to there, so we'll figure out Facebook. But for now, TikTok, Instagram, where else? I never know. Oh, YouTube for sure. Twitch. That's all my socials. Again, my name is S. Blanco. This is Blanco Gaming Live. I hope you enjoyed my story. Tonight was a night of first. You did my first, this is my first stream doing this, and yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. Back next week.